on the Antrim coast, and I've put some water across the sky, and it's Bockingford watercolour paper, £140 in weight, so I don't have to stretch it or anything, just tape it in the corners, because if it was £90 in weight I would have to stretch it and mess around with it, but keeping it simple, £140 is great. Now this is going to be a waterfall on the Antrim coast that sort of drops into the sea, so yeah, it's quite exciting really. So it's lovely when you tackle something you haven't tackled before. It's always a bit of an adventure with watercolour. You never know quite how things are going to turn out. But so all I've done, I've just dropped ultramarine, put some sienna, raw sienna in first, and I could leave the sky at that. But I'm going to put a bit of light red with the ultramarine, not so much water, and then it'll give me the effect of a bit overcast sky there. There we are. And all it's going to do now is give a bit of interest to the sky. There we go. So I'm bringing it lighter now down here towards the horizon here. But I think that will do. Doing better than that, really. So, and that's the lovely thing with watercolour with skies. But a minute is all it takes. And leave the water do all the work. Just put the colours roughly where you want it. And so we might as well get out the sea at the same time. So I'm working on, again, ultramarine blue. I'm putting a little bit of cadmium yellow with it to make it on that sort of greenish side. And I'm leaving areas where the waves would be. So let's bring it down in here. So I'm altering it a little bit, and let's bring it down here a bit there now. And again, I've got to leave white areas. If you don't, it doesn't matter. You can use white gouache and recover. But if you can, it's always good to leave a bit of white, and just there we go. And I can't do much more than that, but drop say a bit stronger colour in. Let's have a look, which means less water. Let's get that down in here as well again. There we go. So, and the water's going to fall, it's going to drop in here. So that's about it for now. Our second session of the waterfall at the Antrim coast, and I want to work fairly fast here, just dropping different colours in. What I want to do is mix a bit of a green just for the top here, and on the top here again. And I can come over all these colours, but for now I want to work sort of wet in wet, where you keep it all very fluid. So I've just put green in different places. So I might make a bit of stronger green there, just up here. Right, okay. And let's have a look. I'm going to get some green in here as well. I'm trying to work out where the waterfall will be, and where I'm going to have the greens, and then there's all sorts of colours in the rocks. So let's start with the sienna up here. This is going to be more into the distance here. So let's just put that in there like that for now. And not being afraid of the water is the trick, really. Now, because it's in the distance, I'm going to go straight into ultramarine blue, straight away, and just get that in different places here. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just leaving areas for it to blend together, and I'm going to leave that for now. I'll come back to it, but for now that will do. And then let's get all these different colours in here in the rockers here. But I'm going to put warmer colours in here now. I'm going to put some light red. Here we go. I'm going to put some light red because it's going to be that much nearer. And I'm going to work the same up in here. I take the green across there, and then let's get this sienna down in here as well, and let's get this light red in the rock up here too, up here. Now I want to leave areas for the actual water coming down the waterfall. So at this stage what I might do is get some ultramarine blue, and we'll drop the ultramarine blue in. So I'm going to get the darks in now with ultramarine blue, and I'm going to let it mix just here. I'm not putting it everywhere. I just want it to mix on its own, and then I can come back in and accentuate. Let's have a look here. Get some up in here as well, and up in here. Now I'm going to leave areas where there's a waterfall dropping down from up here, and then also down here. Now then, once I've got this bit done, I want to get more colour in. So let's get some green. So cadmium, yellow, and let's just see how this works now. Get some green in the rock here. Get some green in the rock up here. And let's get some of the sienna in here. Get some light red in. I'm almost done with my time, I think. But I just wanted to sort of get everything in where it should be. There we go. And let's get some blue in. Some blues in, here and there. So you can see roughly where the water is going to come. And basically that's enough, I think, for me to work on. I might just get the darks in here. I think this is still wet enough to take it. So we'll take it down. And then down through there. And that's as much as I can do for now. That's about it. The last session now, you can see how much I've done since the last time, getting some detail in here in the waterfall, and all I'm going to do now is mix a blue to go over the sea to get some depth in here, and we want this to sort of hit and miss. We don't want to go over it all. We want that light green underneath to come through. Then you're going to have a bit of a wave that would crash there. For it to register, which I'll put in later, I'll get white gouache and have the wave breaking up in there. But for now, this will do. And again, as I've said before, get that sort of bit of a movement going, where you've got a bit of a swell, similarly to there. And with getting this darker colour in now, the white will register more, breaking up on the rocks there. And let's get that in there more. There we go. Okay. And what I might do now is, with the rigger brush, I'm going to mix a stronger blue, just to accentuate this sort of a swell. And it's still wet, so it's going to be soft, so that's great. That's what I want, really. I don't want it to be. And again, you've got to be careful with this. I'm just giving the effect, sort of the impression of movement in the water here. and definitely been there. And then, like I say, when I get the gouache, I'll have to dry for that to get the white breaking up there. But now then, let's come on to this foreground, give you an idea what I've been doing up around here. And you can see the more definition. So all I'm going to do, I've mixed light red with blue. And then what I can do is wash that away with clean water. See that? I can wash it away with clean water. And I can do something similar here. Now, when it comes up to here, again, you've got all sorts of cracks in the rock surface here. But I want to scumble it. Watch what happens here now. If I drag it along sideways, I get that hit and miss. Because the paper is quite jagged, you get this like hit and miss effect. And I think really I don't much more than that. I can always come back over. If I feel that's gone a bit too heavy, just soak it up. Use this like a bit of a sponge if it's gone a bit too heavy. Always retrieve watercolour, get over mistakes. So let's get them out of it and just see what it's looking like with them out. There we go. Now, what's happened here is I've got some skits there. Now, simple solution, fountain pen, just like in school. We put a few decoys by here, there, so the eye isn't going there, and turn that the other way, look. And simple as that. Got some seagulls, gives it all a bit of life. So there we are, that's Waterfall on the Antrim coast, and let's just see if I could get this white in now. It might not work because it needs to dry off, but it'll give you an idea anyway. I'm going to tip that water pot over everything. So let's have a look here now. Second, so I'm flicking it off. Can you see what I'm doing? Very light touch. Very ever so light touch. And it's like the wave is breaking up over there. See? And I could even put dots on it like that effect. Oh, wave breaking. But there we go. And then I could even put a little bit in here. Just a suggestion of surf, nothing more. Bit of suggestion here. But that's about it basically. And there we go. Enough done. That's it, finished.